Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, gamers, gamettes, everybody in between. Y'all already know the deal because y'all already know the spiel. And welcome to yet another episode of CLOUT.WAV. Hashtag ride the wave, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I have unfortunately decided to show up yet again and, well, ruin everything for everybody because your host, Quizarinth, is here. And not to be outdone, but to be on par with the legendary, the dashing, the most humblest of hosts, Subtle Fraudulence. How you doing, bud? You been doing all right?
Hey man, even in low quality, I prevail. They will all get these good looks right here, man.
Yeah,
I- I've been, I've been okay.
that's the toughest thing about working remotely. You know, sometimes your internet speed it be crisp, but then there be other times where, well, I mean, it sounds like you coming through the tunnel, breaking the fourth wall, and well, come on, man, look at the visual quality. There is no comparison. Like his camera don't look like that in the previews. I've seen it. It don't look like that.
Mm-hmm.
But once he gets here, it all just kind of falls apart, man. My man's working on a budget. It's almost looking kind of shoestring. But hey, at least when he's doing his own
I have
OBS
sympathy
stuff.
for those. I have sympathy for those news shows that are doing like those. Let's do the Zoom call for our news programs now, and then you always have you have somebody who got the oh we're putting like thousands of dollars into this camera, and then you have that one person who bought like a $50 camera, and they're just like, yeah guys, the news camera, this works, right? You can see me, so like who cares about the quality? And it's like, wait, you guys get paid a lot, okay?
All
Well,
right, I'm gonna tell you right now. You might have to do some quality control because I'm pretty sure since you reinstalled it, it's not using your mic. I think it's using your webcam mic right now, bro. You might have
you
to
are
check
lying to
that
me.
because you
You
sound
are
mad
lying to
underwater
me.
right now, dude.
It is.
Are you back?
I'm back.
All right, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, he didn't sound like this when we were talking last time. Wait a minute, bro. All right, he good. He good. We back. He's back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're dealing with full power Subtle Fraudulence. But yo, all inhibitors released. We have to talk about something that has led someone to be deceased. Now, I didn't know that prank channels were still running in 2021. I thought with this whole pandemic thing, they would have had to shut it down. They'd had to turn it off. They couldn't go outside and do this tomfoolery, this chicanery, this nonsense, so to speak. So if you haven't heard, there's a huge rabbit hole that we have to go down here about Timothy Wilkes, age 20, who was shot dead by one David Starnes Jr. in front of and get this, folks, urban air trampoline and adventure park on Friday night, according to a news release from the Nashville police, over a prank gone wrong. Now, you may be saying, all right, well, I remember the prank videos of the yesteryears, what was his name, like Versali TV and the Fousey Tubes and, various other copycat YouTubers. What type of prank, what type of debauchery could one Mr. Wilkes be taking part in that would lead to his untimely demise? Well, he decided that for some reason that this was a good idea for a prank, being in the South where most people stay strapped. Some people even elect to open carry around these parts. He decides that him and his friends are going to jump up on people and surprise them with knives and be like, it's a robbery! And he thought that that was going to end well as a prank. Yeah, I'm just as shook as all of you hearing that. I don't understand where there's a disconnect between common sense and understanding what the fuck you're supposed to do as a human being, and like how there's not dots being connected there. Like, so far, what is your take on this?
My take is that that's pretty dumb. I mean, like, look, he's only gonna get so many views unless he gets stabbed on camera. That's the society that we live in right now. Like, like you're gonna have to get hurt, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, was that real?" Nah, man, that couldn't have been real. Oh, this CGI these days and those special effects are so amazing. You know what? I got to give this dude $200. Like he needs all the money from me because that was amazing entertainment. That looked so real right there.
Imagine.
And wait, what?
Imagine getting shot during a prank video and no one believes that you actually got shot until they read the affidavit, bro. Nah, bro, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me.
It's like the Dimitri Martin sketch in his like TV show where like he was playing an actor, and every time they yelled cut, they're just like, yeah, you're supposed to be a man who's angry that his wife cheated on him, and he's just like, man, gosh, I can't believe you did that. And so every time they yelled cut, he'd get pissed off, like, wow, what the hell, man, why are you doing that? And so one of the actors like goaded him and was just like, hey, it's like that time when I slept with your brother, right, Dimitri? And he's like, when you did what? Why would you do that? And she's like, roll the camera right now. And he's just like, I can't believe you would do that. And then by the end, he was just like, all right, so I'm ready to do the scene. So when are we gonna do it? It's like, oh no, we already got it, bro. He was like, what?
Look, bro, look, here's the thing. So for some of you just joining us, like, we're trying to figure some things out here. And it's like, look, I'm not saying anybody deserves to die. Ever. However, I don't see how your mind thought that was a good idea, Mr. Wilkes. And here's the thing. I'm not even so much mad at Wilkes. I'm more mad at the fact that he had cameramen. He had homies who co-signed this. No one told him. I don't know. Especially with all the riots we've had, I don't think jumping out at people who are strangers with knives and saying it's a robbery is going to go well for us. Because, I mean, as you saw, they had no problem opening fire on that man, cutting his life short. And now people are sitting there trying to pick up the pieces. And it's like, look, here's the thing about prank channels. Like, I don't want to use the phrase catch-22, but it kind of is. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you fake your pranks, they're fake. They're staged. Why should I give a fuck? It's all bullshit reactions. Who gives a fuck? But a lot of these pranks that are going to the nth degree of entertainment value, I cannot stress entertainment in air quotes enough. But if you decide to keep it a buck, keep it real, keep it 1,000, make sure it's real. It's vintage reactions. 9 times out of 10, the pranks that you guys are going for and opting to do just makes you look like giant sacks of shit and assholes. Running up on people with weapons is not something where we're like, oh man, you wildwood, my guy, you crazy, bro, man, bro, yo, let me just that. Could you imagine someone came out with you with a bunch of knives or some, dangerous weaponry, and they was like, I got you. What's your reaction supposed to be? Dog, what's up? Come on. Hey.
Oh, no, man, you got me, bro. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, you had me. I was so scared. I thought you were really going to stab me.
But I'm really going to shoot you. Bloop, bloop. And that's what happened. And I just don't understand how this was not something that they thought was going to be a possible outcome. But hey, this is only the tip of the iceberg of where this rabbit hole just descends into madness.
Let's put in this warning for all the other people who, for some reason, have not learned the lesson of these pranks that are, I don't know, apparently are going to get them views without them having to pay YouTube for a promotion or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. If you are going to do these pranks, you should do what people on shows like The Daily Show do when they have these segments that involve real people and real reactions, where they say, hey, excuse me, would you like to be involved in this, project that we're filming right now? Do you understand that everything that we're doing is going to be filmed and you're going to be, put on the internet and all of that jazz? Do you understand that, this is a part of something we are filming? Okay, sign this waiver real quick. And let's go ahead and film. Like,
well, here's the thing. They put those people in a controlled environment. They case the people first. They survey a little bit, do kind of a little bit of a background check. They kind of put them in a controlled environment for most of these. Because, I mean, you're talking about like you're going to make sure these people are not going to be carrying a gun on them when you do whatever bullshit you're going to be doing.
It depends. I mean, there's a difference between
there's a difference between the stuff that Vice does and I'm going to pull up with a weapon on you. That's a whole different stratosphere of a prank, my guy.
Vice did something on the all gas no brakes and showed like his process of getting these people to be interviewed by him and whatnot. And it's literally just him walking up and be like, hey bro, you want to talk to me real quick? We're like doing a thing or whatever. So like do you want to like,
but there's a huge light years difference between, hey man, you want to have an interview and give me your money, like with a knife. Like that, come on, bro. You can't compare that.
Yeah. So like, no, before you do all the give me your money stuff, you gotta walk up and be like, hey, are you like okay with what we're doing right now? And you notice that we're filming and stuff. So this is for a prank, this is for a situation. Okay. Now give me all your money. And it's like, okay.
Nah, man, you
It's
know
like, oh,
damn
he
well that's
got
not
me.
how it works. Because I remember, what was it like? What was it like 4 or 5 years ago? Remember those weird clown videos where people would be like running around like with like clown makeup on and like be trying to like, it's like, bro, it's all fun and games.
Yo, we still stay squared up on clowns now. Like, yo, if I see a clown in the street, it's over for him. Like,
Look,
no,
look, it's
like,
all fun and games until Boo Boo the Fool gets hurt, gets clapped in the streets, bro. And I'm not. You can sit here and say Boo Boo the Fool wouldn't hurt anybody. He wasn't asking for trouble. He was just minding his business. Yeah, he was minding his business, chasing me with a mallet, and then he ended up with a fofo in his chest. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with me, kid. Ain't got nothing to do with me. He
yeah,
chose
man.
this. He chose this. But anyways, let's get to the actual
How
rabbit
dare
hole.
he like walk outside like that? Yo, come on, bro.
Let's talk about the actual rabbit hole. So this happened in Tennessee, and there's a couple of like Tennessee gazettes and Tennessee, newspapers and news sources that have come out and said that Timothy Wilkes is a black man with twists, and he was shot last year. This was brought to you by a report from the Tennessean. Then you have other reports saying that it's this more Caucasian fellow who looks like a 15-year-old Justin Bieber with a, like a generic, fuckboy hoodie attire, right? Then you find out there are reports that the person who is aforementioned Caucasian fuckboy is still alive, and that was a picture when they were 15, and their mother's like, dude, this is bullshit. What the fuck? My son's still alive. You guys are capping right now. So, like, when you look at these stories, whether it be on YouTube or when you look through, like, some of these journalistic journals and shit like that, you find out that apparently people don't know who Timothy Wilkes really is. Some people, by some accounts,
I sure don't.
he's a white guy. By some accounts, he's a black guy. And on some accounts, if you go on YouTube, they're like, well, we don't really know. We just know the story, and the story sounds good, but we don't have any of the actual details. Now, if you back it up just a little bit, when they say it's a YouTube prank gone wrong, you could try searching for a Timothy Wilkes YouTube channel. It brings up 0 results. So, like, is this supposed to be this person's first video, or is this a issue of YouTube was like, oh no, remember the last time there was a dead body on a stream? We're not going to repeat that mistake. And they decided to just wipe the channel post haste.
I mean, do you think that after that happened and the man got shot, that they took the video and they're like, yeah, it's going on YouTube, and people wouldn't have noticed immediately? Come on now.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody.
Remember the guy on Instagram who took a picture of the girl that he murdered?
Yeah,
we all noticed. And,
but here's the thing.
And then Instagram was like, oh!
It wasn't YouTube that got them caught.
Exactly.
Like, this was just handled there was gunfire, and the police did their due diligence. And it was like, all right, well, that's weird. Well, we see there's a dead body here. What happened? Well, we was doing... First of all, like, your whole team should be going to jail at that point, like, just off negligence alone. Because I don't know how you... Once again, I cannot stress this enough. I don't know how the fuck you didn't think this was an option that people were going to go to in the South. You might be able to get away with this shit in the UK. I mean, we saw Neg's Big Burger Bowl off, and we know people were just getting their back jumped on, but, that's a whole different discussion for a whole different day and a whole different era of TV. But right now, like, nah, bro, especially during this sensitive political climate that we're in, nah, bro, you can't. People ain't even, like, some people ain't even got jobs right now. You think these people are trying to play around with you? Nah, bro, can't have it. Won't have it.
We got people who are not going outside, man, and you out here trying to like think that you're gonna threaten people now, like even if it's as a joke. Like, you think they don't have enough pent up rage to be like, I've been waiting for this? Like no.
I mean, he
like, not only am I getting money, I'm gonna get glory.
He is legitimately the ultimate. He's the poster child for fuck around and find out. But the issue is, you can't have a poster when you're telling me one person's black and the other person's white, because they don't know who Timothy Wilkes actually is. Like, it'd be one thing if you found 2 people.
At this point.
It'd be one thing if you found 2 people who looked alike. and like you just couldn't decipher which one it is.
Exactly.
But these two people look nothing
These are like
alike.
the opposite. They're the opposite of each other. Like legitimately the opposite of each other. I thought at first I was like, okay, maybe like they're friends and there's like a group picture going around, and so people mistake which one is which. Nah, none of that. These dudes don't know each other. Like that's so far from the truth. I literally don't know which one is the real one now because of all these conflicting reports of people showing a picture of a white dude and a picture of a black dude. One of them being like, "Hey, yeah, Timothy Wilkes," and the other one being like, "Yeah, Timothy Wilkes." And it's just like, okay, but which one is the guy that got pranked or that tried to prank someone and got killed for it?
Especially when
It's
you're
like,
hearing
yeah,
reports
one of them.
of one company's family member being like, "No, they're alive. They're actually right here." And this is a photo from like 8 years ago. Like, where did you even get this? This is from an old Facebook post. He's deleted it a long time ago. And it's just like, for all we know, this is the biggest hoax since what was it 2015 to 2016 when we were all supposed to die in May due to the Mayan calendar. If any of y'all
Oh, that was
remember that
2012.
fiasco. Oh, 2012. Oh, even
That's,
further
that's
back.
2012, buddy. I think 2016, they were like, no, we're running it back. We ran the numbers, and apparently, if we factor in some inflation, guys, it would actually be 2016. And it's like, no, it's not, guys. Please,
No, it's not. Please.
just because the Mayans weren't able to live long enough to like continue the calendar past 2012 does not mean the world has ended. Just means they didn't have time to plan out the rest of the days in the calendar.
Exactly.
They had other things to worry about.
They had other things that they had to deal with. It was hellacious out there in those streets. But like, maybe Timothy Wilkes was never dead after all. Maybe the prank was pretending that someone got shot, and they fooled officers and news journalists everywhere.
Oh no, Balloon Boy again?
It could happen. I'm just throwing it out there. It could happen. We've seen it before. And rest assured, we might see it the fuck again. But speaking of things that we've seen again and again and again and again that pisses us off, I don't know if any of y'all have heard of the cosplayer known as Electric Bum. Yes, Electric Bum, exactly how it sounds. Cosplayed Hinata. And they had a video that went viral on TikTok, but not viral for all the correct reasons. You see, many people in her comment section began to flood it with, "Get out of here, you fucking chimpanzee, you ape, you ignorant motherfucker," and, all types of derogatory words, calling her a slut, among other racial slurs. And it got to a point to where she made a video replying to one of these comments, crying and basically asking for some sort of reprieve, asking for, come on, guys, it doesn't have to be like this, yada, 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 stop the racism, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And that only made the dogpiling more severe. And, well, let's face it, it got to a point to where there was eventually a comment that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and then she deleted her TikTok account. Now, recently, in the past few days, there's been a wave of people who have re-downloaded or reconstructed or found a way to reverse engineer, the downed accounts to pull the video that she made where she was crying to use it as a template for their videos saying that are coming to her defense, saying that, hey, you guys should do this, yada, yada, yada. It's so wrong that you guys would do this. And I just want to have a talk with some of the people who are like, Black people or other people of color can't cosplay, insert character here because they're not white. And it's like, bitch, these motherfuckers are from fucking Japan. What the fuck are you where's the white? Where's the white?
Excuse me, sir. The Major should not be played by Scarlett Johansson because it's not accurate. All right? How dare you tell me things about my anime characters? I love the anime characters, therefore I know everything.
Look, I'm convinced at this point that some of y'all don't even call them animes. Like, I'm convinced, like, in y'all head, y'all call them animes. I'm just convinced that y'all are that silly. Y'all are
knives.
y'all are on that level of foolishness because, like, I'm telling you right now, if I were to climb up to your level of stupidity that is just way too damn high and absurd and jump to your IQ, I guarantee you I have less than 0 chance of survival. You thought what Peggy Hill had to go through when she skydived and her fucking parachute didn't open was a drop? Woo-wee! Some of y'all, I'm telling you, some of y'all could audition to be the extra in the Powerpuff Girls live action series that's coming up as an amoeba boy, because some of y'all are just that damn dumb. But anyways, I
Oh,
digress. Getting back to it, like, we've seen this time and time again. We'll see, like, a black cosplayer really doing their thing, really pulling out all the stops, and genuinely, having like a top 5 all-time type cosplay for that character. Really, really killing it, really pouring their heart, soul, and love and passion into the character and bringing them to life. And then you'll just have a bunch of people who just come in there to just be derogatory, just call them, all types of, racial slurs and derogatory terms. And I understand that they're doing it for a reaction. That's what they want. And delete, having a video where you're crying or deleting the channel, like, it sustains them. It gives them fucking life. It honestly fuels them to do it even more so to other people, hoping that they can get a repeat performance from somebody else down the line. And look, y'all got to stop, bro. Like, especially because, like, this Electric Bum didn't even look like they were like over the age of 18. Like, this could be like a minor that you're bullying into a point to where, like, they're gonna have some sort of trauma and like off themselves before they even got a chance to really blossom through life. Like, it's not like this. Like,
that
this
is
isn't a
TikTok.
joke. Oh, I know, because TikTok, like, you could. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of spicy material on there, believe me. But it's a kids app. There's no cap in that state. It is a kids app. It is a app that is designed on short form media, which is something that a lot of these ADD and ADHD kids love. They love it. It sustains them.
That's why they pay you garbage for the views that you get.
But, like, legit, like, that's just kind of how it is. And like, there's plenty of people who are on that app who are going to be on your For You page. And, they may not be of age. They may be of age, and they're like, hey, this is my hobby. This is my passion, just to get, bullied and just an endless fucking slate of harassment coming down their way. Yeah, I could see it, leading to some depressed youngsters. What do they call it? Advancing the teenage angst down to outright hatred. And you don't really want to see people going down that window of depression at such an early age, and like, look, just bullying people on the internet, like, it's just a whack thing to do. It's just a trash thing to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't give somebody some constructive criticism. I'm not saying that you can't have your own opinion about something, but calling someone the N-word, not an opinion. Calling somebody a shitty human being because they like to play dress up, it's not an opinion. It's just you being an outright asshole. Maybe if you look
going out of your way
to
tell someone who is dressing up as a character who is not like a real person, yeah, not cool.
Well, here's once again, like, I never understood this criticism that these people be like, you're black, you can't cosplay Hinata, and I'm like, I didn't know Hinata was white. I did not know that was a thing. Because when you go,
it's like, put your goddamn cock away, all right? Like your boner for Hinata does not matter in this situation. Just because this girl wanted to dress up as Hinata, and she did, and it worked out well, and she adjusted to the fact that she doesn't look 100% accurate to the character. She, put her own take on the character, which is even more interesting than her just being the character, like a sex doll.
You know what's weird? These same social degenerates come out here talking about go cosplay something that you're good for, like a slave. Like, they're really out here, bro. They really out here because they think this is entertaining. That's what they're here for.
Because they think that nobody's going to show up to their house and be like, hey, what you say?
I know. People are getting mad bold sitting behind these computer screens, these digital forums, so to speak. Look, I'm telling you right now, if I had one superpower, I wish that, like, I could, like, I don't want to necessarily say teleport. Screw it. We'll just go all the way. I could teleport to any internet connection or phone connection or any connection I'm currently tied up with. So, like, let's say I'm typing to somebody in the chat room and then they say some wild stuff. I could just I just be there. Like, I could just instant transmission to them. Be like, word. If that was a superpower that I could have, I would take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, that's questions. A shitty superpower, man. But
no, don't get me wrong. It's not the superpower of choice, but I take it.
The end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is the most beautiful piece of cinema ever to grace the world, because that entire section is literally like the beginning of the movie. There's a movie made about their lives, and you had people talking shit about them in the comics and whatnot. Jay and Silent Bob are trash. You're like, wait, who the hell is this saying this on the internet? When they got their royalties, they're like, all right, Noob Master 69, all right, we're flying out to his house. Hey, are you Noob Master 69? Yeah. I post like that online. All right, get him in the bushes. And that's it. Just a montage of going to these people's houses is like, did you say Jay and Silent Bob are like clown shoes that I would beat up? And it's like, yeah, I did say that. And it's like, well, I'm Jay, so I'm gonna beat your ass now.
Wait, what? No, not accountability. Not being responsible for my actions or consequences. You hate to see it. You love to see it, but they hate to see it. And speaking of hating to see things, what a segue that was. Y'all remember Aunt Jemima? Y'all remember how there was like a controversy last year where the company was like, oh no, we're going to change our ways and get rid of Aunt Jemima because it could be racist. And everybody who was either supporting Black Lives Matter or just supported black rights in general looked at them like, who the fuck was talking to you? You had literally fuck all to do with any of the things we are talking about. You changing the logo is the most empty, soulless gesture you could have given. And honestly, you would have better served the movement by shutting the fuck up and not even acknowledging that anything was even anything related to you. But
I'm an ally. I just wanted you to know that I'm on your side, man.
You wanted to sell more bottles of syrup. That's all this was. This was just to help your PR.
I wanted to sell more bottles of syrup by showing my solidarity with you by selling more bottles of syrup saying, that's right, that old syrup was racist, but now I've seen the error of my ways, and now we've got generic syrup, all for you.
And they changed the name to, and logo and branding and all, to Pearl Milling Company. Now you may be saying, okay, what's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with that? Well, now it looks like a generic brand, for one, but for two, when it's called Pearl Milling Company, it's the company that manufactures the syrup, which means the company that made the quote-unquote racist logo is now just naming themselves the company. It's like if somebody made a blackface product and then still made the exact same product, but then just put their name on it and their face, but it's still the product that, like, nothing changed. You just removed the blackface logo. Even though this wasn't a blackface logo, it was just a black woman who was dressed time period accurately. All you could have, like, really, if you wanted to have Aunt Jemima, you could have just updated her outfit. That's it. It was a very simple thing you could have done. But you were like, nope.
I mean, shit, they could have put Kamala Harris on it.
They could have done that. Like I said, you could always find a way to replace the logo. I mean, hell, they did it with Poggers. They did it with PogChamp. And Twitch is behind the ball on everything.
That man's channel, he is like leaning in hard. He's like, look, big tech has been persecuting us, and
we will get to Pogman goo checks in a minute. But like, I'm just trying to figure out, man, Per Milling Company, like, come on, bro. Come on, like, this whole thing has been just a sandbag full of trash at this point.
Bland. It's got no sauce, man. Syrup has no sauce? Come on.
That should be the title of this podcast. Syrup no longer having sauce? Nah, not in my America. 2021 has gone too far.
Like, it's so pointless because no one is sitting here going, oh yeah, Aunt Jemima, the fucking the syrup. I don't use Aunt Jemima because they are a racist brand with that old black woman as the spokesperson, as the mascot. How dare they do that? That is such an insult. It's like,
where do these people get off? I mean, it's not like the Washington
she's not singing
football
show
skin
tunes and saying "mammy." Like,
exactly. I mean, hell, them Mammy episodes of Tom and Jerry still come on reruns at times, bro. And
Look,
trust me, I still know a lot of black people who love themselves some Tom and Jerry.
That movie's supposed to come out sometime in the future, but
Oh God, you're right.
even if we're sitting here like actually leaning into this idea that the mascot for Aunt Jemima syrup is racist, then we could just change it to a more modern day mascot for black women. You could just, show a successful black woman as the mascot for the syrup instead. Or just, a black person, like, a successful black person in general. And they're like, you know what? We don't know what to do. So we're just going to get rid of all people. And we're going to put this picture of a fucking mountain and put the name of our manufacturing company. And there you go, guys. Isn't this great? Don't you want to buy our syrup? No. Like, you just completely missed marketing 101 because you were afraid of being racist. Like,
look, bro, I don't be getting it, bro. And they're not the only company that's done this. There's been plenty of issues like this that have been happening over the past few years. But like, it's just like, come on, bro. How are you in the middle of the ocean, fall off the boat, somehow hit land? How? Yeah, one
look,
job.
If Uncle Ben changes the name of their brand to like Rice or Factory or something, then I would be more inclined to just never eat Uncle Ben's rice ever again.
No, let me talk to you.
This
is what they're gonna do. Uncle Ben's rice is gonna change the dude to Uncle Ben from the Raimi movies of Spider-Man. It's just gonna be that guy's face. It's Uncle Ben.
Oh, what? Sandman, no, you're better than this.
Yo, the brown rice,
Peter, with great power.
No, the brown rice is gonna have Sandman on the cover of the box. It's gonna be great. I've already done the marketing for them, ladies and gentlemen. It's A-OK. But speaking of things that are not A-OK, did you hear that the CW is trying to get a pilot license for the Powerpuff Girls live action TV show?
Let it die. Like, we already suffered through that new Powerpuff Girls cartoon series that was aimed at kids that had like one of the first episodes was them twerking, which was like, who is this for?
Well, here's something. That's a whole questionable can of words. Like, they're clearly like under the age of 5, and now you got them trying to bust it open, doing the bust it challenge. It's like, I don't know what weirdos you guys got working at Cartoon Network, but y'all have missed the fucking boat. Clearly y'all have.
Let me tell you why.
Y'all have jumped the shark.
Let me explain why they have. All right. Do you know what it's about? Do you know the story that they're trying to like push for this
you talking about the
live action series? Yeah. Do you know the story?
Okay. I saw a snippet where basically it's about them being like they're adults and now they're trying to have like a blend into reality trope like series. But go on.
They are now ashamed of being the Powerpuff Girls, and they want to distance themselves from that life and just have a normal life as normal human beings, even though they're not human and they're not normal. And that's the whole point of the series. It's like, why would I want to watch a show about teenagers? Why don't I just watch the final season of Riverdale, to just I don't know, give myself some spice in life.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but it sounds like they're trying to undercut that Starfire comic that's like, I'm not Starfire, whatever it's called. Because I'm pretty sure Starfire's daughter is like, nah, I don't want to do all that. Yeah, I want to be normal girl, not scantily clad, got the Tiggo bitties out there.
Yeah, I don't want to be like my mom, the alien superhero. I want to be me. And so I'm now going to dye my hair black, and I'm going to walk out on the SAT. Like, all right.
I want to be Gothic high school dropout number 6,437.
Coming of age stories can be pretty sweet. But if you all write the same exact coming of age story, people are just gonna get bored and not care about it. A coming of age
Facts.
story about someone who's like, oh, I live in this family where I okay, Sky High. There we go. Sky High without the rest of the superheroes. Would that movie have been great? Or would it have just been boring because it's about this normal boy who's got like perfect superhero parents who, it's like they're so perfect. And they're like, what do you do? Nothing. And it's like, I'm just trying to live my life and be a normal human being in this school for superheroes because, look, I may not have superpowers, but I am human. I deserve a life. I'm just trying to live.
The
It's
first
like,
3
okay.
episodes of My Hero Academia. No, let me stop. Let me just stop right there.
Yeah, you stop right there.
I can already feel the YouTube comment section ready to just burn me to the stake right there.
At least My Hero gave you a new, like a little bit of a twist to say someone's gonna give him superpowers, so you don't have to watch him adjust to becoming Batman. You
his whole
get to
mic
watch
just
him
cut
become a superhero by getting used to superpowers that weren't his.
That's true, but I will say this. If I want to see a superhero trying to blend into everyday society, I would either watch The Boys or I'd watch Hitchcock. Not Hitchcock, Hancock. There we go. I don't know if any of y'all remember that.
Man, that movie had a weird twist.
Yeah, it sure did.
That was like the most phoned in twist for a movie ever. It was like,
you're
man,
not
where's he
wrong.
from? What does he do? Actually, it's like none of that really matters. I mean, like it's kind of cool that he's like bum superhero who's just like, man, I got superpowers, but I don't like you people. Leave me alone. And there's like, hey man, you got superpowers. Why can't you be a superhero and save everybody? It's like, bro, I'm trying to get lit. Get away from me.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just watch the trilogy: Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. You might as well just watch that.
God.
Even though Glass was just like, all right, M. Night, you had us in the first half. Not gonna lie, we were rooting for you, and then you made that one, and it was like, see, when expectations were there, you're terrible. When there's no expectations, I believe to this day, if you give a movie with zero expectation behind it, M. Night Shyamalan will produce gold. Soon as you have expectations that it's going to be good, steaming, drizzling hot dog water.
Glass did do one good thing, all this time talking about how dangerous Samuel L. Jackson's character was and whatnot, and they're like, wait, but like his bones are made of glass, wait, what? Why don't you just throw him on the side of the road? And that's exactly what they did, and he died. Like, yeah, problem solved, villain vanquished.
He's dead. But speaking of he's dead, have you heard of our society keeps rewarding stupid people?
And tell me more.
Well, I understand that sometimes stupid people make stupid decisions, and we then go out there to, I guess, serenade them with giving them more clout, more exposure, and sometimes even giving them the TV shows. But sometimes we skip all the BS and we cut right to the chase, right to brass tacks. And what we do is we just give them a voluntary share of our monetary value. Because I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there's a woman who, I'm sorry, it's funny every time, where she ran out of some hair product. And she wanted her hair to stay in place. So she decided to use some spray Gorilla Glue to keep her hair in shape. And yes, it's as drastic as you thought. It's as stupid as you thought. Her hair and her scalp are now stuck under a layer of Gorilla Grip glue.
Mm-hmm.
And you may be saying, all right, well, how does this get to the monetary part you're talking about? Well, she has decided that Tessica Brown was going to open a GoFundMe in which she was asking for $1,500 to cover the medical expenses. Okay, $1,500. All right. Currently, it is at $18,000 and rising. At this point, I might as well just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go buy me a can of Raid, spray it in my mouth, see what happens, then have a huge hullabaloo when I have a whole bunch of medical issues because I'm like, why would they name it Raid? Raid is what gamers do. I thought it was an energy drink, so I can raid all night. Boom. Start my GoFundMe. Watch my credits go up. You guys invested in the stock market. You're fools.
You gotta remember the Tide Pod stuff, man. See, if you do something like ingest Raid, people are just gonna be like, well, he should have known it would have done that. Like, come on, man, that's not even a risk. But with this Gorilla Glue stuff, it's like, shit. Like, would Gorilla Glue actually stick that hard with hair? I don't know, man. I gotta see this. So you got to give them a little allure, give them some mystery, something that they're not sure about yet.
All right, I have low blood iron, so I decided I'd put aluminum foil as a metal on my dick as a condom. So when I inevitably disembowel the lady and shred my dick to pieces, I could be like, hey guys, I just thought I could put more iron, and that would, obviously put more iron in her, which would then make our future baby stronger.
Bro, this is not the boys' comic book. Like you don't need to make it gruesome. Like, people aren't trying to see all that.
Look, I was trying to give you a nice metaphor. You were like, nah, buddy boy, nah. So then I had to hit you with the real. And here you go. It's too far.
We're not trying to hurt people. Come on, man. People don't want to see the gore on the timeline. They just want to see the stupid. Like, someone who's like, you know what? I'm gonna ride this skateboard outside this 6-story window. I'll be all right. I'll watch Jackass. And then they're like, wait, what? He's not gonna do it. He's not that. Oh my God. And then, there you go. Viral video right there.
Keanu Reeves, I saw you jump out of a 6-story window in The Matrix, and I just assumed it would work for me. How could you fail me? My last name is Anderson.
It's like the very first scene in Kick-Ass where the dude shows up in the costume and like he's on the edge of the building and people see him in this costume and he's like, yeah, I'm about to fly. I'm gonna do it. And everyone's like, wait, holy shit. Can this guy fly? And you know what? I don't even know. Let's see him do it. And then he jumps off and they're like, oh my God. And he fell and he died. And they're like, oh, well, I was really hoping he could fly, but oof.
Oh well, back to what I was doing. But like,
I think there was an episode of like Law and Order that had something like that too, where like a kid literally believed he was a superhero, and they took him to the park or something, and they looked away for 2 seconds. They're like, "Timmy, no, I can fly." No.
No, there was a Law and Order SVU episode where it was a group of vigilantes who thought they were like the Avengers at night.
Bro,
and then you found out the dude made up a criminal and he was the rapist. Oh my God, bro. Something about that episode was, everybody in that episode should be paid because they all did an immaculate job of encapsulating the mindset of a modern day crackhead.
Yeah, it's like finding out that Phoenix Jones was a drug dealer. Like, look, we didn't need to hear all the like gritty, realistic details. We were just enjoying the moment that some dude put on a costume and was beating up niggas in the street. All right, that's it.
Nah, man, we had to take it a step further. But speaking of taking it a step further, we also have HBO Max taking it a step further beyond because they are getting a whole slew, and I'm going to use a throwback word here that my parents used to use back in the day. A buku amount of content, whether it's coming from DC or otherwise. Like, what are you looking forward to most coming down the pipeline?
Oh, good old me and my destructive taste. I'm looking forward to the Snyder Cut.
Oh
because
my God.
Your boy Jared Leto is reprising his role as the Joker, and he's got a new look going on, man. He's trying to make himself look just like Heath Ledger did, so he can be like, look, guys, I know you saw little things, so you understand that I really could be the Joker, and I could be just like Heath Ledger, just like how you want, and I'm gonna do it for you in the real Justice League movie. Come out here and see this, all right? I gave the performance of a lifetime. And then, that movie will come out. We'll see Darkseid. Be like, wow, CGI these days, huh? And then we'll go on to living our lives after the 4-hour movie series thing is done. So,
That's what worries me most. If your movie has to be 4 hours, like, it's like, look, I understand. I get putting a lot of things into one feature film, but like Avengers didn't even do that. Just split the shit into two. And that may have been his original plan. Maybe he wanted to make two films and Warner Brothers was like, no, get out. We'll find someone who'll do it in one. And then that's how we ended up getting what we got. But I just feel like
Real quick though,
I just feel like you're doing too much.
To be to be serious, what I'm actually looking forward to is Judas and the Black Messiah, which comes out Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday.
All right, give me the skinny on that one. Just in case you want to
Oh, okay.
entice any of our viewers into watching it.
All right. Well, this is the biographical drama filmed by Ryan Coogler, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Coogler is involved in this project with a few others, but Daniel Kaluuya plays Fred Hampton, the Black Panther member, and Lakeith Stanfield plays I believe he's a someone who got arrested and he made a deal with the FBI to infiltrate the Black Panthers because, of course, this is the time when the FBI was like hella racist, and they were like, "Yeah, get us some dirt on them because we believe that they're terrorists and that they're planning something crazy." And so, Lakeith Stanfield's character gets closer to Fred Hampton to like figure out what's going on, and he starts to see, all of the like good that the Black Panther Party is doing, and it dramatizes like real world events involving the Black Panther Party that people may not know too much about because this is not something that they teach in schools. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be quite the movie.
I don't understand. I don't understand how they have so much content coming from all these different parallels. I don't.
Because they have like so much money in so many hands. Like Cartoon Network is providing stuff. All the like Ponyo and all the Studio Ghibli movies and stuff are on there. You got all of DC Universe is on there. You've got these movie deals where like Little Things came out last week.
Aren't they coming out with like a Velma thing soon?
Yep,
Is
they
that
have
right?
a Velma cartoon that's coming out, and Mindy Kaling is going to be the voice of Velma. How do you feel about that?
Look, as long as the voice work is good, I don't care. I don't.
Did you watch The Office?
No, I'll admit to you, I'm one of like 5 people. Solemnly swear. I've seen clips, but I have not watched the show. No, I've not invested the time.
Okay, so you're not familiar with I think her name was Kelly in the show. The very, very like ditzy character who was like obsessed with the intern in the show. Yeah. She ended up getting her own like TV show that was on Hulu called The Mindy Project.
The Mindy Project.
Yeah.
All right, let me go look that up because I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, it was a drama show that involved her as the main character in the show. It had a couple of seasons and then it ended. But yeah, she is known for playing more like ditzy, like cheery, sunny type of characters in her shows, and being like, kind of like the cool millennial character, who's like really sassy. So her playing Velma is an interesting choice. I don't know, but at the same time, I also had like I was also really reserved about the girl from Big Bang Theory voicing Harley Quinn for the Harley Quinn cartoon, and that turned out really great. Like she actually did a very great job. What was her name? Kaylee Cuoco.
Like I said, it's
Like
hard. It's hard to pin what someone will do when it's like doing voice work as opposed to like live action because a lot of the things that you would tie to mannerisms or just the way they act is a lot of it is what you see. as opposed to just what you hear. So when they're only limited to one medium, there's one sense being your audio, it's going to be very different. So I'm not even going to attempt to. I don't even attempt on that. I'm just like, well, we'll see when it gets here. But I would assume that it
Yeah,
couldn't be terrible.
I don't remember if the Velma series is supposed to be like a prequel sort of thing, or if it's just or like where in the timeline it's supposed to fall. But it's going to be heavily focused on her. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with the character for this, but it seems like they're going to try and make it like really, really like modern and appeal to certain demographics besides like the usual Scooby-Doo fans.
But here's my issue, right? They say it's going to be an adult cartoon series. I'm like, how do you like what are we flipping what's the pack? What are we flipping here?
Do you remember the Scooby-Doo series where like Velma and Daphne had some moments and like people like died and stuff like that? I think it was Mystery Incorporated. I'm assuming that it's going to be more like that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that adult though.
Yeah, it's just going to be a more hyped up version of that.
Like unless we gonna see people get like they slit, like their throat slit or something like that, and that's like, oh, they're bleeding out and they're dying, and like the aforementioned gore that we just hate to see on this web space.
Nah, I don't think it's going to be like gory and like people are going to die a lot. I think they mean adult in terms of like the subject matter, like socially adult things. Like she's probably going to talk about like sex more and shit like that.
Ah, yes, following the recent Resident Evil marketing campaign. The looter, the better.
Oh, so they're just gonna get some 9-foot tall woman to show up with some cleavage?
What are you talking about? That's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first case. That's gonna be the first thing that that's gonna get her involved and wanting to be like, I want to solve mysteries. That's it. That's your origin story. Yeah, see, you ain't got nothing to say because you're like, damn, he might be on to something.
I mean, no, because that's probably not what they're gonna do. But people are the people who are focused on it are focused on the implication that Velma might be gay, and they're like, we need answers, we need to know. And it's like,
I mean, this has been something that people have been throwing around for like at least 2 decades now, though.
yes, and it's not, honestly, it's not that important. Like, Velma's gonna be Velma. She's gonna be herself. Like, Velma being gay isn't gonna make it like, oh my god, she's super duper, like she's jumped so high in the tiers because because of her sexual orientation. It's
No,
like,
to some people, yes. To some people, that's exactly how it works.
yeah, but at the same time, like the character isn't isn't about her sex life. That's just like a thing that could be happening off screen, which
Oh no,
would be nice to be like, oh, that's cool.
Get that.
But
I'm just saying that there are going to be some people who it's like Velma's mid. Canonically, she's gay. Velma is one of the best written characters in all of fiction. To some people, that's how it works. I don't understand that line of thinking, but hey,
I don't know if I want to see like a love story with
then
Velma.
you like that.
I mean, see mysteries.
No, technically, you already got a love story with Velma. It was that the really bad live action movie, the first one.
Oh, the one with Linda Cardellini as Velma. Yeah.
Yeah, those. He says you already got that one time for the one time.
Yeah, but
and I'm glad it remained the one time. Let me tell you. And then they were like, "What about Scrappy?" And I was like, "What about Scrappy?" Then they made a second movie that was like the one about like the villains, like the villain Hall of Fame showed up to try to like steal something out of a time capsule. And I was like, "All right, y'all clearly, like now y'all have ascended your level of stupidity to a level I no longer wish to tolerate." Like the first movie was bad, especially with the M. Night Shyamalan-esque prop twist where it was Scrappy Doo all along, and he was mad because he was left out of the limelight, and it was seeds of jealousy that made him the way he was.
all things that don't add up with that character at all. Like if Scrappy had beef, he would have just fought everybody. That's why he's Scrappy.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Let me at him, let me splat him," and he'd be ready to throw hands. I mean, he would lose the fight inevitably, but I don't think Scrappy Doo of old would have handled it that way. But that just goes to show you what I know, because clearly, as long as the paycheck's looking right and the 3D animation is existable enough, I was gonna say good enough, but that movie did not have good, not even for its day. Not even Jurassic Park came out like a decade before it, bro. And we ended up with that. Like, look,
Well,
I'm look. Well, technically, that movie had adult themes for like a scene and a half where they switched bodies.
What,
And then
Jurassic Park?
No. Jurassic Park, that was from cover to cover.
Oh, the Scooby Doo.
Yeah, remember? Hi, I'm Mary Jane. I like to get high and I like to eat Scooby snacks. Followed by Fred being in Daphne's body, going, "I could look at myself naked." But that's about as adult oriented as that got.
Look, man, if John Cena is not in this Velma series, then it's gonna be trash. That's all I'm saying.
You have very, very awkward hopes and tastes, and I know it was sarcasm, but like, sir, people in the comment section will believe the words that you just said and try to use them against you in the court of public opinion.
I have an example of like what they would mean by an adult series. The Supernatural Scooby-Doo episode. It's just gonna be like that.
All right, more mid on the way.
Look, man, that episode was all right, man. That episode was pretty nice.
It was all right. It was mid. It wasn't like bad. It definitely wasn't bad.
I think this show is going to be a cash grab for sure, but it could be good.
So super steaming mid on the way. Got it. Message received loud and clear, buddy.
Hey, man, the Harley Quinn cartoon turned out pretty great. So,
yes,
they've got material. It could work.
It is one of the most entertaining things in the DC universe to date. Yes, I said it. Fight me. Join the conversation, adding me on Twitter at Quizareth. But that's neither here nor there, because apparently, speaking of Warner Brothers, now that we got there, Nemesis system is now patented by WB. Just randomly, seemingly out of the blue.
Apparently for years they've been trying to do this, but they finally patented the Nemesis system that they've only used in 2 games. So that's introducing this new system where companies can now patent their systems to say, now you have to pay me for certain things, which apparently Bandai Namco patented having like a video game in your loading screen for a game. So like other games that did that had to pay Bandai Namco like a certain amount of money because they did this, which
is crazy, because I mean, like, what was it, Test Drive Overdrive, or what was it called, Brotherhood of Speed, the one that came out in like 2002 2003. Like, you could play Pong during the loading screen. Like, it wasn't, like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't much, but like, for 2002 2003, we weren't really accustomed to having like a mini game of any type in the middle of let alone a driving game. It's loading screen. Like, we just weren't accustomed to that. I mean,
Bandai Namco, they went hard on that. I mean, in Tekken 1, you can play Galaga in the loading screen. Like, it's just full-blown Galaga right there. So
which is weird, because in one of the Yakuza games, I'm pretty sure it's like the entirety of Virtua Fighter 5 is in an arcade cabinet minigame.
Yep.
Which is like, it's impressive, to say the very least. But when I saw that, my first thought was, all right, AAA fighting games, take note. You can have a Mortal Kombat Deception-like campaign and then still have the 3D fights or the 2D fights, depending on your game. The option is there. It is available to you. You can do it.
Conquest should be the next Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat Conquest. I'll buy it right now.
You'll pre-order it today.
I'll pre-order it. That's something I don't even do anymore, because pre-ordering is kind of useless. But like,
it's a big waste.
I'll pre-order that game.
It's a big waste. Much like how BlizzCon apparently isn't being canceled and it's still happening. And let's be honest, we can all just miss it. All right. It's going to be a whole bunch of, hey, we're going to bring you games that are not coming out for at least a whole year because we really don't know how to do anything anymore. And most of it is just going to be, here's an update for this. Here's an update for this. Here's what fan art we've stolen off the internet to show you guys today without giving credit to
Don't
the
worry,
artists.
guys.
Like it's going to be the same old spiegity spiel that we're used to. Because I mean, let's face it. I mean, I don't know how many of you know this. Overwatch 2, yeah, not coming out till 2022. Actually, no, they haven't even confirmed that. They said it's not going to be 2021. And I still don't understand the marketing campaign behind that game because apparently only if you want the story mode and the PvE elements will you have to pay for the game. If you already have Overwatch 1 and you just want to continue playing the multiplayer, then it's going to just be, well, you don't pay anything. You just continue to play the multiplayer, which
You got the game.
Which is the reason why I say it's odd is because, let's face it, Overwatch 2 is just Halo 3 ODST. You get a few new modes.
And people bought ODST. So
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, but you get a few new modes. You get a campaign. You get some, I'm sure there'll be some exclusive skins to buying it, sure. And then during the anniversary event, anybody who has the regular Overwatch and didn't get Overwatch 2 could probably get those skins, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, when you click the online components of the game for like, the playlist and, games and things of that nature, you're just going to be playing good old fashioned Overwatch 1 with a new coat of paint. Congratulations, y'all lost. Welcome to Blizzard World. But, I mean, isn't this supposed to be like a Diablo mobile game that's coming out? That's not coming out this year either. They've already confirmed that.
That hasn't come out yet? I thought that came out forever ago. Holy shit.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that's 2022 as well. It's a big oofaroni, no cheese, ladies and gentlemen. And like, look, I've already said what I had to say about Blizzard ever since the whole Blitzchung thing, where they started firing commentators and doing the whole you can't talk about China in a negative light because Tencent has such a huge investment in the success of Blizzard that like you just can't trust them. I mean, you can't trust any corporate entity, but anybody who's backed by Tencent, you definitely can't trust. Honestly, you might as well just assume that they're lying to you off top every time they speak. But that may be a little bit too harsh for some of you to do. A little bit too harsh. But yeah, like I just think
just a bit.
I think it's weird that like games can now patent like little weird intricate systems that are just so happen to be found in one of their games. To I mean, I understand. It's a dog eat dog world, and if you don't do it, somebody else will. So you might as well be the villain in this regard.
It's gonna like ruin so many things if that becomes the case, because now everyone's gonna be vying to make these like ridiculous systems that are like, now I'm gonna take my ball and go home. You can't have it. It's like,
well, here's the thing. A lot of people are saying like, we might actually run into the big meme. And the big meme is the video game crash that everyone's been talking about for like the past 10 years. Just the simple fact that like we, in our infinite wisdom as the gaming industry as a whole, decided we were going to launch a new generation of gaming during a time period where you can't get graphics cards. You can't even get the consoles. And we're in a pandemic with limited supply globally. Congrats. I don't even know what does the Xbox Series have in their launch window? Because I can tell you right now, PlayStation got what? 3 games? That's it?
Xbox Series X has Game Pass, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, I know they have Game Pass. That's great. But I can play that on my PC. That's not something I need to go get the console for. And having Game Pass, also great, does not help with the fact that this is an entire botch on behalf of the gaming industry for deciding that we were in the window for a new generation of gaming. We were.
Hey, bro, Halo Infinite gonna be wild. What you talking about?
You mean Halo delayed infinitely? Because I don't believe that. I don't believe that game coming out Q4.
It's not.
I don't believe it.
It better not.
I just get the feeling that we're gonna start hitting like August, September, October, and then Microsoft's gonna hit us with the see us in 2022, like many other games seem to have been doing. Because if I remember right, Overwatch 2 was definitely announced before good old Halo Infinite. And yeah, Overwatch 2, in my estimation, has less work to do, since they're still going to be building it off the back and the chassis of Overwatch 1. But you were going to say?
I found a list of launch titles for the Xbox Series X, and yeah, it doesn't have exclusives.
Exactly. And then the PlayStation 5. Oh, go
on. Evergate. Oh, never mind. That's multi-console. Observer System Redux. That is on PC. No, yeah, they're not. All Xbox Series X games that could be like exclusives are also on PC, so there's no point.
And the PS5 has a remake of one game, Demon Souls, and Miles Morales, and the one game that's like if Yooka-Laylee had like an actual studio budget behind them. And I think that's about it. I mean, they have stuff on the horizon, sure. But as far as like launching, like these have been some pretty sus launches all the way around. And you may be saying, well, I'll just get equipped for gear with like games like Cyberpunk 2077. I'll push my graphics to even grander heights by getting a 30 series graphics card. Oop, can't get those. Also, did you hear that? Like,
hey man, which console had a good launch title though? Come on, man.
You don't want that answer.
You go for it. Answer it.
The original Xbox, my guy.
What was the good launch title for that game?
Jet Set Radio Future, bro. Relax.
Now, do you get how long ago the original Xbox was released? They don't know how to launch like game consoles anymore.
You know what? Actually, let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. Because I want to see the Halo 360. The Halo 360. Ha! Ha! All right, so here's the original Xbox lineup, right? Dead or Alive 3, Fusion Frenzy. Halo was a launch title, just in case anybody didn't want to realize that. Jet Set Radio Future, Project Gotham Racing, Odd World. Nah, actually, no. This Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Yeah, this actually kind of slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox Super slap. For 360, multiplat, Hexic HD. I remember that. And I don't think it was multiplat. It might have been a phone game. I'm not sure, but either way, it was shit. So we're not counting it. Multiplat, bunch of EA games, multiplat. Perfect Dark
NBA
Zero?
Jam Tournament Edition was a launch. Oh my god.
Hold on. Perfect Dark Zero is Xbox 360 only.
Yeah.
So there you go. You got an exclusive. Project Gotham Racing 3, that's an exclusive. Peter Jackson's King Kong. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Donut Shop. Multiplat. But still. That took me back. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Yeah, like these are all like multiplat things.
Tekken 3 was a launch title for the PS2? Oh, Tekken Tag was okay.
Y'all,
yeah.
The PS, you gotta remember the PS2 and the Xbox are a lot older than we give them credit for.
I mean, yeah, DOA 2, Dynasty Warriors 2.
Yeah, we on like what Dynasty Warriors 9.5 at this point.
Well, DOA 2 was just an expansion of DOA 2 Hardcore, I want to say, is an expansion of DOA 2 that was on the Dreamcast. So, and then there's that. But like,
then we got Dead or Alive Ultimate, which was DOA 2 on DOA 3's engine.
That was an Xbox title, right?
Yeah, that was on Xbox. It wasn't a launch title. I was just saying that, like, I think they came out like a year or two after.
Yeah, but that came out because DOA 3 DOA 3 was exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah. And trust me, that DOA 3 is actually what got me into like really wanting to learn fighting games. Like before I just played them like, whatever, who gives a shit. It's like, just beat up the AI, whatever, and then I'm on to the next game. But DOA 3 was the first time I was like really sat down. The DOA 4 came out and I was so disappointed.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance was the launch title for the PS3. Oh, people spent $600 to play that and Genji Days of the Blade. I remember that. Sad days.
But at least
God.
but at least these consoles had launch titles that were worth playing, and some of them that even hold up to this day that were exclusive to their box. Now it's multiplats all the way around, or it's just a remaster of some shit that you played like a decade ago. And I think the only exception right now is Miles Morales. And even then, people are like, but it's just it should have been DLC for the first game on PS4. But because actually, no, Miles Morales is technically it is on the PS4. So it wasn't even a game that was exclusively made for the PS5. But whatever, I'll let it slide.
This is a tactic that the PS4 also had. Because PS4 at launch gave you Call of Duty Ghosts, PS3 title,
but that's multiplat.
And yeah, and Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, multiplat, and it was a PS3 game. Was it Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Battlefield 4, which I think that was actually PS4 exclusive. Well, no, it was on Xbox, but it wasn't on PS3. That's my point. I mean, DC Universe, like that was definitely a PS3 game made for a PS2. So yeah, and now for
besides the
PS5,
Xbox One, or sorry, not the Xbox Series X and the PS5, I think the worst launch windows that we can really talk about in comparison are any Nintendo handheld. Because you can't even cap every Nintendo handheld, whether it be the Game Boy Color, whether it be the Nintendo DS or the 3DS. It feel like it take at least 1.5 to 2.5 years for them to actually start getting actual games on there.
Yeah, because the Smash Bros. Game hasn't come out yet.
But I'll give you that for the 3DS. But what about the DS and the Game Boy Color, my guy? Where was your Smash then? Huh?
Oh, well, you didn't need it, man. You got Pokemon.
We still have Pokemon now.
See, because the Pokemon game hadn't come out yet.
I'm hanging up on this man. I'm hanging up. We're gone.
The Pokemon game hadn't come out yet. I'm not saying as a launch title. I mean, they were cooking. They were waiting. They're like, oh, these dudes don't wait. We can't wait to see what we're gonna do to Pokemon.
I cut him off. He's over. He's gone. This is my podcast now. It's over. Hi, what's going on, guys? It's QYZ. They can't even hear you anymore, bro. I can hear you, but they can't. I'll make sure they never hear you again saying stuff like that. What are you talking about? I muted the desktop audio on OBS. I can hear you because I ain't mute Discord. That's right. Big brain.
For saying that Pokemon is a game that people look forward to on the handheld?
That's not what. Nah, that's cap. That's not why I got rid of
it. What do you say? That was my point.
Nah, I said the launch windows, bro. Why are they always so terrible?
Nobody buys Nintendo consoles at launch for like the video games. Nintendo doesn't ever launch with any of their like, mainstay whatevers. Besides like what? I think like the Switch had Breath of the Wild.
And that's all it had for a long time. Yeah. Actually, you want to know who I think had a fire launch lineup?
Who?
The Nintendo GameCube.
What was the launch for what?
All right,
I don't even know what were launch titles for GameCube besides like
boom.
Eternal Darkness.
All right, boom. GameCube, Luigi's Mansion, Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, Super Monkey Ball. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened. Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader. Even though I'm pretty sure that was multiplat. There was that Batman Vengeance game, but I don't think that was exclusive, was it?
Batman Vengeance? I don't even remember what that was.
I think that was a game that they announced. I don't know if it ever came out though.
I don't think that was ever real.
Oh, we got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which I guess was an exclusive. Get the air quotes.
Nah, because you got Sonic Adventure 2 default on Dreamcast.
Sonic Adventure 2 default. But no, but this one has an all revamped multiplayer mode and it expanded upon Chow Garden. All right, what we're not gonna do is.
I mean, the only things they expanded with the Chow Garden was adding the like exclusive Chow from the first game.
Nah, sir, they did more than that.
What else did they do besides like what, like Chow race stuff?
Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the whole list. And someone actually listed them all because I don't want to forget any. All right, here we go. Changes, yada yada yada. Chow World. All right, boom.
Oh no, Batman.
All right. So
Vengeance was this game.
All right, so in the GameCube version, Chow stats are visible, so you can custom make your Chow to you see fit. Grades from SDE.
You could see that in the Dreamcast version too.
No, you
yes,
couldn't.
when you gave them, I distinctly remember this. When you gave them the drives, you could see their stats, and you could see them in the races.
Now hold up, let me go ahead and share this image with you. This is what it looked like on the Dreamcast. You might just remember in Battle, bro. When you picked up your Chow, this is what it looked like, bro.
I never played Battle, like so. But yeah, there was a way to see their stats.
All right, hold on. Let me lay it on you real quick. Let me lay it on you real quick. You could probably.
I played vanilla. I played the shit out of vanilla. Battle was that was after I was thoroughly done. But like, yeah, no, you could see that in vanilla. This is the like you could see that in vanilla.
Not on picking them up. I'm pretty sure you probably had to go to the fucking because on the Dreamcast version, I'm pretty sure like everybody's like all the Chow were like basically the same. Like their rates were the same. They didn't like.
Nah, you had to give them items to.
Yes, I know you have to give them items, but what I'm saying is in battle, like you have a Chow that's S in running or like in power, and when you give them a drive or something, when they get it, they'll get 5 bars of that stat, as opposed to someone who's like C will get 2 bars in that stat.
That was still a thing, and you saw it. like it showed that when you gave them the drives. It just like at most, I don't think it showed their stats when you picked them up, but when you gave them like drives and animals, you could see their stats. So there were still ways to see their stats if you needed to see them.
Bro, you couldn't even see their stats when you were in the race though on Dreamcast, bro.
No, I saw the stats when you were racing.
How, Sway? I'm looking at the screenshots right here.
Bro, I played the game. Like,
I don't believe you. What is this cap you talking about? Did someone spike his drinks and put a GameCube in his room when he thought he had to?
But when I thought I had a drink, there's a big difference between a Dreamcast and a GameCube. But yeah, there are ways to see the stats if you needed to see the stats. Like, but I also didn't care about Chow races because I mean those.
The fact that there's not a Chow mobile game though, that's what crazy to me.
Well,
Nah, hold up.
Sega doesn't care about Chow anymore.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up a video right now, and I'm just keep talking. I'm gonna just skim through it and see if I can see what you saw. Nah, you ain't seeing.
Go for it.
You ain't seeing stats in the Chow Garden here. You can see it in the GameCube version. All right, back to the Dreamcast. All right, can you show somebody getting an item in the Dreamcast version? That's what we need.
Maybe it was only tied to like when you upgraded your child and put them in the like upgraded garden or something. But
They're in the
yeah,
upgraded
yeah, I
garden, and
remember seeing
it's
it.
still not doing that.
It's not showing it. Well, I don't know what version of Sonic Adventure 2 you're looking at there, but
The
I
Dreamcast, sir.
specifically saw that on the Dreamcast version, which is the only version I played. So,
All right, you could just be loud and wrong today. I'm gonna just let you have it. YouTube comment section. YouTube comment section. Y'all talk to him. I did my due diligence. I tried, folks. I tried. My man's talking about some fever dream
well,
patch that no one else ever had.
maybe it's some kind of Mandela effect, but like, yeah, I
You must
remember
have
seeing the stat.
you must have got a beta release that we didn't get.
That's right. My dad works for Sega.
But anyways, is there anything else you want to close us out on?
Trying to see. Oh my god, there was something that's the Powerpuff Girls, Amoeba Boys. Do you think that you're gonna put people like that in in the series? Like, you think the Green Gang is gonna show up and they're gonna be green? Nah, man. The whole point of those guys is that they're dirty, so they're probably not gonna put in the series, or they're gonna make them hot.
What are you
And
talking about,
completely
bro?
defeat the purpose.
Nah, what are you gonna talk about, bro? They're gonna show up, but they're gonna be like normal people, and they could be like, yeah, it's gonna be the leader. I forget, it was named Ace. He's gonna be like, things was looking kind of grimy back in the day, but y'all showed us that crime ain't the way, so we cleaned up our act. I'm an attorney now. Like, they're gonna be normal dudes.
Okay, what about the dude who has his eyes literally outside of his fucking head? Are they just gonna like say he grew into them? Like, come on, guys.
What are you talking about? Plastic surgery's come a long way as well.
As you see, it's guaranteed to be garbage and not like, it's just gonna be like that Power Rangers movie where they were like, yeah, we're gonna make all the kids quirky and like weird, like Billy's gonna be autistic and he's also gonna like what is it? Oh my god, I don't remember all the other like tropes they put for the other kids besides like Jason being like edgy because he comes from like a broken home or some shit like that, and it was just like,
wait, quick
none
question.
of this matters.
Quick question.
What?
You think Mojo Jojo's gonna be
Tommy
dead?
was gonna be a girl.
Wait, what? No.
Mojo Jojo is gonna be a monkey.
Do you think he's gonna be dead though?
Nah, he's just gonna be like a reformed monkey.
Just doing regular science stuff, and then he was evil all along, and then the Powerpuff Girls must beat him in the finale.
He's gonna be their best friend because, you know, Mojo created them accidentally, so he's gonna be like, you know what? Over the years, I realized that I owe you everything, girls, and so and that's it. Like off screen, they're gonna show that the girls actually resolve shit with Mojo, and he just became their best like tech friend or whatever.
So what the Rowdy Rough Boys gonna be doing, bro?
No fucking.
They're
gonna be the hot boys. We all know they're going to be the hot boys in the series. They're probably going to be the love interest because they're going to be lazy. Like, the Rowdy Rough Boy is going to come through. Hey, Bubbles, you remember me? And it's like, oh, okay, well.
You know why I call her Bubble? Nah, let me stop. Right there.
They're literal spawns of Satan, but, you know, they're going to forget that. All of that's going to go away.
Then you have, what's that nonsense? How are they going to do him, bro?
They're not.
My man gonna be a go-go dancer? Like, what we about to do, bro?
Him's just not going to be in it. They're just going to completely disavow the fact that they've been fighting Satan for years.
What about Fuzzy Lumpkins, though?
He's going to be in jail for storming the Capitol.
All right, we're done. That's the podcast right there. We are good. January 6th. Remember it well, Powerpuff Girls. So yeah, if you like what you saw, you know what to do. The like button is free. Go ahead and follow up. Our social medias are in the video description below. Yeah, do not storm government property or other people's houses illegally under the guise that it's a prank, bro. You can get shot, bro, and you will go. That's not the way to do it. But yeah, as my co-host would say, the internet was a mistake, and unfortunately for you, we don't have time for fuzzy lumpkins. Apparently, neither does the CW. But that is a whole different can of
Hmm.
worms that I'm not opening. Also, did you know that that Batwoman series is still going? I thought it ended.
Oh yeah, I told you they replaced her with someone different.
Yeah,
She got replaced with a black woman, which
I know
I
we
don't know how
talked.
you're gonna explain that.
I know we talked about it, but it was just like I didn't like I said, I didn't watch the original. I'm not saying the show is
I didn't
good.
either.
I'm not saying the show is bad. I just thought it was weird. They was like, oh, they're making a Batwoman show. That's neat. And then like a year or so later, I hear that she didn't want to do it anymore. And they said, but the show must continue. And then they handed it off to someone who was not set up to be an apprentice at any point in time during the show. So I'm just like, all right. Given what we've known about the DC universe and how they've poorly handled any live action piece of it, I just felt like this was just status quo, and I just said, "All right, well, fuck that too," and moved on.
I don't even know if it's like this new actress is supposed to be like a side character who is now Batwoman as a replacement, or if she's literally supposed to be the same exact character that Ruby Rose was playing. Because the whole preface is that Batman, I don't know, he took a trip. Batman left, was just like, all right, yeah, I'm out of here. And then she's like, well, the city needs a Batman, and so I'm just gonna steal one of his suits and I'm gonna do it myself. And yeah.
If it's the latter, shut the whole CW down. Just get rid of the whole fucking channel. But hey, you heard it here first, folks. What made you make that face? Hold on, can we?
I'm sorry. I just read this comment that Ruby Rose apparently was in a plane that exploded, and the suit landed in front of this new character who is now Batwoman. So,
All right, Final Destination 17 it is. All right, goodbye, and the stream is over.